Hey guys, it's time for part 2.
Alright, so from the beach, you kind of go down, and, well, you actually go all the way down. So let's go all the way down. Let's move this. So down here, we're now in Brookhaven. Over here, from here, from the end of this, this is all Rosewood over here. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm doing a circle. I started here, and I'm going all the way around. But this half the room is Rosewood. This whole, well, more than a half, but you get the point, is Rosewood. This part, with the beach and all this lovely stuff over here, is Brookhaven. So, if you don't know what Brookhaven is, you need to watch Pretty Little Liars or Google it. I don't think it's a real city. It's for Pretty Little Liars. And Rosewood is definitely not a real city. It's a Pretty Little Liars city. So, yeah, look it up if you want more information, because I'm not going to explain it. But anyway, so this building here, the beach is not up there. I don't know. But anyway, this is the Lost Woods Resort, which is a hotel. And so he's kind of the guy who works there, obviously. And I know he doesn't have a shirt on, but he's just kind of sitting there. And this is his little living area, because he kind of lives in the hotel. So he has a little living area off the hotel front desk. But if you go up, we have one of the rooms. It's just a little TV, a nice little couch with some purses, because people are staying there, and 2 people are staying there. And you'll learn more about those 2 people later, but 2 people are staying there. And then another room, if you go up, there are 2 more beds, and people are clearly staying there too. Yeah, and the beach just happens to be on top of there. But in reality, it's not above the Lost Woods Resort. It's just up there because we ran out of room on the ground. But anyway, so this is the Lost Woods Resort, and people's cars are obviously parked there because they're staying there. Anyway, so we move over. This was just a temporarily from when I was last making a video. Anyway. So over here, this was going to be a supermarket, but it kind of turned into a McDonald's. So I know there's kind of a lot of random things here, but I'm kind of unsure about what I want to do with this space. But right now, it's kind of being filled with McDonald's and all that lovely stuff. So they've kind of got shopping carts, an ATM, which is actually one of those fake piggy banks. You can kind of see the slots. But it's really cool. It's kind of doll size, so it really works out well. And a candy little dispenser. And you got your front desk. You've got a table with no chairs, because we're kind of made out of chairs. The McDonald's part, I don't know why that's open. And this kind of doubles, this kind of is just sitting here, because we kind of sometimes put that in the front desk of the hospital, which I'm getting into next. So you can kind of, like, patients' names writing on the chalkboard or whatever, because we don't have a school. So anyway, yep. And then up here, this isn't exactly done either. And I haven't exactly taken down the posters, but these are all Pretty Little Liars. The actresses are Pretty Little Liars. Pictures that I printed out from the computer and put them on the wall. So that's Allison. And then these are all, like, random pictures of the girls. So there's a picture of all of them. And it just happens to be in a frame. And there's pictures of, like, all of them together and separately and all that. There's the first place prize medal there. And, you know, they're kind of just there together. It's kind of like a collage. And the owner had put that up there after Allie disappeared. But then it kind of turned out that Allie was alive. So that kind of was like, oh, okay then. But they ended up leaving it there because they love Allie. Because she works there. But anyway, let me explain. So this is a boutique, which isn't displaying anything. And yes, I know there's a wig right there, but that's okay. A boutique that also doubles as a modeling salon, and Allie is a model there because Allie is just known for her natural good looks. Everyone talks about her heart-shaped face and her perfect wavy blonde hair and her blue eyes and all that lovely stuff, so Allie's a model. And there's a little checkout desk with a cash register, and that's a little drawer. I don't even know why that's there, but it's there. A little display thing. And this is for the guy who works there. I'll explain about the wigs in a different video. But the guy who works there has blonde hair. That's why that's there. And then next up is the hospital, which is actually connected to this McDonald's. But it's also kind of separate. So it's kind of like like, considered the hospital cafeteria. But you can also go there for, I don't know, just, like, any old time. But, so here's the hospital front desk. And you can clearly tell that that's the, secretary. And, she has a little clipboard, a telephone, and, a little monitor. And she has a nice little desk there. And she's kind of sitting on a chair. And, over here is a room. And this actually needs to be moved, so you can kind of tell that this is kind of always in progress. Things are always being moved, and things are always being moved back, and all this lovely stuff. And this is another room. We have 2 rooms in the hospital. And then this one kind of has, like a monitor type thing on it, and then a little box, and has a bunch of medical supplies in it. So this one's probably for the more advanced patients, and this one's kind of an extra room in case someone needs to stay. And there just happens to be a suitcase back there. I don't know why that's there. And up here, if you watch Pretty Little Liars, then you know that there's a Radley Sanitarium. So here's Radley. She's kind of like the front desk person at Radley. I kind of made this really, I tried my best to make her look as boring and hopeless as possible. I know there's a bobby pin like that, but I was trying to make it look like chopsticks in her bun, but that didn't really work out so well. But anyway, she kind of is supposed to look as bleak and maid like as possible, since Bradley is kind of a boring place. And she also has a clipboard, and she has a little magazine here. They've got file cabinet drawers filled with stuff, and stuff for patients, and there's just an extra little waiting chair. And there's a little, ow, sorry, that was an accident. And there's a little visiting area with patients, and this is actually supposed to be around the nurse's neck, but I think the nurse decided to ditch it at Radley. Whatever. And then if you go up here, there are patient rooms. So, this just happens to be a dentist chair, but we didn't really have anything to do with it. So I kind of just, you know, put it up there and had a really insane patient just sit there and she's kind of strapped in there so she can't go anywhere. And then over here is kind of a room for the less, bad patients. Although that's kind of not true, because the worst patients always stay in that room, but you'll figure out later. And there's just another random magazine kind of in their room that they're possibly reading. So that's Radley, and I'm going to have to knock them down in order to open this up. And then in the closet, we've got lots of storage. We've got a motorcycle, and we've got the lovely A-Team's cabin. So this is the alley mask that has recently been, you know, kind of shown in Pretty Little Liars Season 4. We've been looking a lot into the alley mask and the masks of the show, about A, and so we kind of made a mask. So Head A can mask herself, and, the liars wouldn't even really be able to see her face. Even if she was right next to them, they wouldn't even know it. There's a little doggy bowl, hot chocolates, muffins, all that lovely stuff, drinks, a nice fireplace, handcuffs, a radio, that's a little guard dog, all their spy equipment, a purse, a chair. There's a little stool back there behind the bar counter. And, this is a little area where they can just sit on the ledge. And, this was actually supposed to stay here, but it kind of fell off and we never put it back up. But, this is pictures of, like, all the main liars, cut out from, like, Vogue magazines or whatever. And, we just glued them all on there. And, this kind of serves as, like, a target board. And it's also kind of supposed to be creepy. So that kind of is that. And this is the A there. So now I'm going to shut, if I can do this. Okay, there we go. Alright. And now that's not Ravenswood, Brookhaven. And then we're going to move back to the park. And this is the park, and it is in the middle of Rosewood. And, obviously there's kids' toys here, but there's also, more adult things here, like, this can actually be for anybody. Same with the basketball court. This little basketball. There's a bench for adults to sit and watch their kids. They've got a seesaw, a little swing, a nice little picnic table. sandbox, merry-go-rounds, swing set. It's very nice. And it's kind of like built in a circular area, so it's kind of supposed to be a center of town park. And then over here into this corner, this is Spencer's house, and she kind of lives by herself. And it's a little apartment, so you go in that front door, and you kind of walk in. There's a little kitchen, and it's filled with stuff. And then there's the other main kitchen. She has a daughter, so she has a little high chair there. And they obviously haven't done the dishes in a while, because their sink's kind of filling up with stuff. And here's her daughter's room. I'm still trying to work on a room for her. I really haven't been able to make something good enough for her yet, but she's on my list. And that's Toby, and that's kind of their room. And then this is kind of, you know, babe carrier. That's the dog's bed and all that lovely stuff. Tissue box. So that's Emily's little house, and Emily and Spencer's cars are over here, but that's Spencer's car. Spencer's car is going to get upgraded eventually, but Spencer kind of has that car. And then Emily's car is supposed to be right there, but Emily's kind of not there right now. So, yeah, you'll find out about that later. But here's Emily's house. So if you go in the front door, she has a nice little fireplace and little hooks where you can hang your jackets, and a nice little house sink. She kind of needs to do her dishes too. Microwave, fridge, that lovely stuff. And if you come into the, yeah, I know my phone's there. It's not supposed to be there. But this is her TV, and a little radio, and a cat's dish bowl. There's her cat. And her son is a little teddy bear. That's her purse. And my cell phone's usually not there. And a little pillow that I made, and I put a stamp of a cat on it to kind of be a decorative pillow. Some shoes, some plates. And that's kind of her son's room over here. So they got a little train, some clothes, some toys, kind of strewn around the room. A little bicycle. It's like absolutely my favorite. And a little book. So that's all like his stuff, that he kind of littered his room with. And then there's their kitchen. And I didn't really have another chair for him, so he kind of just sits in his stroller and kind of acts as a high chair. And that's clear the couch. And if you go upstairs, it's Emily's main room. And that's the master bedroom. And you walk in here, that's the bathroom. And there's a little carpet square that I got from like Lowe's or Home Depot or something. It's a carpet sample that I collect carpet samples and just put them in the doll houses. It just makes them a whole bunch more realistic. Sorry. The American flag fell out. And then there's kind of the sink. And if you open this up, it also kind of cuts off the bathroom into a little bit of a smaller room. And then it kind of makes for an infant's little, you know, room. And you can put a baby in there. And baby nursery. And this always falls over, and it has a mind of its own, but it's supposed to be up here. And the diaper changing table is in this little drop-down thing, so. Yeah, that is Emily's house, and there's a little door that you can get the back door, and there's a little laundry area. So this is my town, Rosewood. So from Spencer's house, no. From the town, the park, to Spencer's house, to Emily's house, to Aria, Allison, and Mike, and Jason, all them's house. That's just kind of a random space that kind of can get turned into a room. The parking garage, Hannah and Caleb's area, Noel's area, fitness center, Mona's house. That's all Rosewood. This here, the rest of that, including the A layer behind that door, that is Brookhaven. So, next video, I'm going to be showing you kind of like the family trees and how everybody relates to each other. So, thanks for watching. Bye.